I think the notion you mentioned earlier of being put to the test is interesting as well, because I mean, I think one of the insights we've gained in the sociology of testing is that what's at stake is not only the number, the thing you're measuring in the test. Usually it's a number, but it could be something else, a property or something like that. But what's at stake is the procedure you're using and the person doing the test. That there's a credible person who can administer this test and produce credible knowledge. So I think that when a test is established and the user is the hardest thing, that the person doing the test is often invisible. It just seems that it's all about, you know, when you check your temperatures, it's going to check again. It seems to be just about your body and the thermometer. But of course, it is about you, because if you check your temperature and you get a ridiculous reading, and this sometimes happens, you know, especially if kids do it, they don't know how to use a thermometer, and they get, you know, your body temperature is meant to be in American Fahrenheit, like 98 point or 97, and they get a reading of, say, 93. Well, you immediately know they haven't used the thermometer in the correct way. We don't say they've made a new discovery about your body temperature. You just haven't used the thermometer. So in all these procedures of check, experiment, trial, test, etc., I think what's at stake also is something about the person who's administering the test, that they're kind of being put to the test as well. It's invisible when you check your temperature because it's so routinized, but in essence, you know, your ability as a competent checker of temperatures is at stake as well. And we have ways of knowing when you've failed that test, as it were.
Oh, that's so interesting, because right now, when we hear this put to the test, it's often that it is our leaders who are being put to the test. I don't know. But you would say, actually, if you take that further, it is even if we are doing the testing of them, it is we who are being put to the test.
There's always both sides of it are at stake. And I've been interested in testing in the field of sound studies and music, and it's clear in hearing tests. It's clear that when you have you know, a credible hearing test, part of the ability is to establish that the tester is a competent tester and the test really measures something, as well as what we're learning about hearing and establishing, you know, what would count as a normal range of hearing ability. That's all established. So all this public stuff, even about how, you know, with SAT tests, what counts as someone's aptitude, what's the acceptable range, what's the normal range for a set of human attributes, those are established as well.